You know, my very first time going on stage was a catastrophe, and you would think, oh my God, you'd never go on stage after this. But I was so little. Had to be in, sixth grade, and I was getting up on stage, and I was playing a bar, and my parents, all the family was there, and I was like, all right, this is gonna be great. And I was waiting to go on stage, and I slipped and went skidding across the stage and like skinned my chin and fell down. The guitar was like, the guitar was leaning back, and you would think after that, you'd never want to get on stage again. But I have. Playing since I was 7 years old, I guess, quite a long time. But I was so obsessed with the guitar. I was like, I remember watching the TV show, because I loved TV just like all of us here, and I would always sit in front of the TV. And I remember seeing a kid playing banjo on this show, Hee Haw. And I was so impressed. I was like, oh, I want to play guitar. And I started taking lessons right away. I loved it so much, and I would just play chords, and my hand grew actually larger. This hand is actually larger than this one. It's because of here. I would stretch it so much, but it's like obviously a lot bigger than my other hand. I just always play guitar ever since I was 7, and I still do it, today as much as I can. TV was the first thing that inspired me. I would play anything from that was on TV, like the Brady Bunch. I learned like every TV theme there was. Beverly Hillbillies, and I just played every commercial, every piece of music there was on TV. And then, Hendrix came along, and, Van Halen and Kiss. Anything that I hear on TV, I'll still do that today, and just play all these TV show themes and things like that. It's a lot of fun. I was a session player for a really long time, so I would just do other people's, like film work, like I did Baywatch and all these other TV shows. So I didn't really create a voice for a while, because I just did sessions for people if they wanted, like a Spanish style. Or if they wanted like a country thing, like anything like that. But I didn't start creating a style until later on. And I'd say it's an amalgamation of like just all different styles, and it's just who I am. I just like, rock, and I like country, and I like classical and western swing, and every kind of music. I'm just a fan of music. It's not just one particular thing. And I think that's what, I guess I'm, that's who I am. I'm just a fan of music. I would say play what you love to start out. If you're like, I want to play guitar, I think the biggest mistake for a guitar teacher to do is like, oh, okay, well, here's... That's not going to inspire anyone to, want to play. But if you like, if you teach someone, if they like Black Sabbath or something, you're like, and you teach them just a couple chords, they'll never put down that guitar ever. They'll be so impressed that they can play something of their favorite band, and they'll never put the guitar down. And that's what happened to me. I loved like Jimi Hendrix, and like I just learned. like the beginning of Purple Haze, and I was like, oh my God, this is the greatest thing that's ever happened to me. So I never put the guitar down, and it just made me want to learn more and more and more. So I would say the best advice is to learn what you love. It's just how far you want to go with it. Some people just want to, play a few chords, which is incredible. It's just how far you want to go with something. And it could be anything. It could be riding a bike. You want to just ride to the store, or do you want to do flips and jumps and all that stuff? And it's the same thing with anything. It's the same thing with guitar. You can just... You could do that, or you could do... You could do anything you want. So it's kind of up to the individual of how far you want to go. So yeah, zombie riffs. I like. That's great, and also the, it's songs that you listen to and didn't write, like. Things like that. You just grow up listening to it and you're like, oh, that's rad. Or not grow up, because I was already grown and haired over by the time that came on. Well, it just captures, a feeling and an excitement when you hear it. It's really hard to explain. It's like describing the color blue or something. It's just really hard to explain, it just grabs you and you're like, oh, this is awesome. So, and it still happens today, all the time, of course. The best time I've ever had is being in Rob Zombie. And I'm not just saying that because I'm in it. Even if he kicked me out tomorrow, I'd be like, it was the best. I am so happy and so content with what I'm doing. I get to play, with Rob Zombie in front of a zillion people and go on the road and, have the best of everything, and then I also get a chance to go play all these crazy guitar shows, and I couldn't be happier. I know it's not good to say that I'm so content, but I am. I've played with everybody, and I'm so happy with what's happening right now. I think it's just me as a kid again saying I don't want to dream too big, because I'm so content of where I am, but whatever happens, I'm super psyched with what has happened. That's pretty poetic.